Get up, my world is with my girls, living on the dance floor.
Hello, everybody. I'm Abby Lee Miller, and welcome back to Leave It on the Dance Floor. Wait till you see who I have here. It's not a dance mom. It's not a dancer. It has nothing to do with the TV show. Well, that TV show. No. I have the one, the only, Crystal Hefner. Yes. You don't think I have cool friends in LA, and I do. Welcome, sweetie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You are just absolutely beautiful.
You too.
It-
So
oh.
thank you.
Well, I was putting my makeup on in the car, and I thought, I'm sitting next to Crystal Hefner. Why am I even bothering? Who cares?
You're so sweet.
But I just want you to, I know you hear you're beautiful, your men probably tell you that every single day, 100 times a day. But you are a beautiful person. When we are out in public, when we're out going to a restaurant or on the street, whatever, you are the one that makes sure I can get off the curb. You are the one that makes sure I get off the curb safely. You are the one that makes sure I can get into the restaurant. You are the one that moves the chairs around and makes sure that I can get at the table. You are very, very thoughtful inside. You're beautiful inside.
Thank you.
Yes.
That
You
means a
know,
lot.
that other heathen that's out with us all the time, she's just walking ahead like she doesn't even care if I ever get up on the curb or not.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Yeah. So, all right.
That
So I
is-
have to
That
start.
is so sweet. You're so sweet, and that's so.
I'm
mean,
so sweet. I
the
never
thing-
hear that. Nobody ever tells me that.
I mean, the things that the things in your daily life that you have to adjust on top of completely being mobbed. I don't know. Like everywhere we go, just Abby is mobbed by everybody. I haven't seen anything like it.
Get out of here.
Before,
How many TV shows have you been on?
just the girls next door, but
Okay, but still, you don't just get mobbed by hot guys in general.
no, I wish. Where are they? Yeah, I
Yes.
saw Kim Kardashian. She just started the men's line, and her like male models are so sexy. And I'm
And
like,
I got
"Oh,
everything.
You
I had-
did.
I got it all. It's all amazing. Skims men, not sponsored. Love them. Love
Skims men, and those men are so hot. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Did she make this just so she could be around and
Yes, she did.
meet a new boyfriend?
She needs one, doesn't she?
I think so.
Yeah.
Been a hot
perfect
minute.
guy.
It's been a hot minute for Kim. Kim, get
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
But Crystal, it's so funny that you mentioned how it's so mobbed for Abby. Like literally, you should imagine walking through Times Square with her.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
like
I
being in
can't
Disney.
imagine that.
You-
I can't
you
imagine
can't-
that.
It's insane. And now that I'm in a wheelchair, the kids are on my level. They're lower. So they make eye contact with me. And then
You have
and
no
they-
chance.
I just shot a YouTube video. I don't know if it's going to be a full video or if it's just real about how to approach someone to ask for a photograph because the kids chase me through the mall and it's scary. I don't know if they're cute little girls chasing me through the mall or whatever, and they're behind me and I don't have great peripheral vision with the chair and the headrest. So it's a pain in the ass. But
I'm glad you're, making people aware and helping people and letting them know what they should do.
yeah, because the kids just come up and to my face forward and say,
They
"Can I
do.
have a
They
picture?"
just
They stand next to me. I'm on a phone. I'm on my phone with an attorney having a private conversation, right? In a corner somewhere. And there's 4 kids standing there listening to me like they would never think to walk away and come back when I hang up. No.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You're very
I am-
approachable.
I am approachable. That's the thing. And they want to get yelled at. I really think they do. They want me to yell at them so that they can say, Abby Lee Miller yelled at me. It's like a thing.
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, that's
All right.
cool.
So I have to ask you first and foremost, did you dance as a child?
I did not. I know. I did not at all.
Your mom and dad had this beautiful little girl and you didn't go to dancing school?
I didn't. I wish I did because I think I would be more
Coordinated.
like coordinated or more outgoing,
yes.
more expressive.
Oh, all of it. You'd have the facial expressions, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm learning the dance world kind of through you and talking to you and seeing the things that you're doing and the people that you're teaching. So many people.
Yeah, I just did a tour in the UK and the numbers are in and I taught 3,172.
Wow.
Yes. It's a lot. It's good. It's great. It's great that that many kids dance. But I just think every child should dance is spatial awareness. You know, like boys, they bend over in the middle of the sidewalk and tie their shoe. And people fall over them. Like they don't know to step aside. They don't know, like just weird things like that. And I also
Wait,
think,
dance teaches you that to
yeah,
like
spatial
get out of
awareness.
people's
Yes.
way.
And also, I think when kids are just, let's say in school, you're valedictorian. Were you the valedictorian?
No.
Okay. So getting on stage or at commencements to give a speech, a kid that was in a recital every year of their life, you know, it's no big deal to get on stage and speak. And
Yeah,
other kids
that's
are
very true.
frightened to speak in public
Yeah.
or to step up on a stage or a platform or go behind a podium. You're like freaked out. But kids that dance, it's like nothing.
Yes, yes. I was definitely the freaked out kid.
Did you ever meet Heidi Klum?
No.
Okay, so Heidi's kids danced at my studio in LA, and she has 4 children, lovely kids, and her daughter Lainey was on my competition team. So when Lainey recently, like a year ago, did her first big runway show, I believe it was in Germany, she just did it. It was, you know,
That's
she got rave
cool.
reviews, flying colors, and her mother said, "I can't believe you weren't nervous." And she's like, "Mom, I danced for Abby. This is nothing. I had to walk down, turn around, and walk back. Do you know how many routines I had to know and how many things I had to remember?"
Yeah.
She's like, "That's nothing." And Heidi gave me a lot of credit in the press, so that was very nice of her.
That is very, very nice.
But I do
So
think
much.
that kids that dance get it.
Yeah, awareness, spatial awareness, like body awareness. I remember you told me that Taylor Swift kind of her feet. Can I say that?
The Taylor Swift is pigeon-toed? Yes, she can say that. And her
But-
boyfriend's a much better dancer. Let's leave it at that.
He's a good dancer.
He's a great dancer.
Okay, so yeah, so maybe if she danced more, or how do you fix that?
It's too late.
Okay.
I don't think she's worried about it.
Okay.
I don't think that's her top priority right now. However, I think she does probably think she should have danced as a kid. You know, they had her slumped over that guitar playing
Yeah, yeah.
and the keyboard. Like it was that. And I loved her music then. Like that's the Taylor Swift that I fell in love with,
Yeah.
you know? And then I produced a song for one of the kids on Dance Moms, Kendall. It was called Wear 'Em Out. And Taylor Swift was on the iTunes charts for 15 weeks straight or something, and we bumped her.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
That's my Taylor Swift story.
That's funny. Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, I don't know if I'm a Swiftie or not, so yeah, I don't know.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Good for her. She's getting up there. She's not a kid anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
So take me through your life story. You didn't dance, so you didn't grow up at a dance studio. You didn't compete.
I
You
should
didn't-
have, but I did not.
Okay, so what
That's a
did you do?
regret. I don't know. I feel my parents came from England when I was young, and
Were
yeah.
you born in England?
I was actually born in America because they wanted me to be a citizen.
Okay.
And then we went back to England for a while. My parents ran a pub,
Oh,
and we eventually moved to San Diego. So I was
so
kind
you
of
can
by the
make a
beach.
drink.
Yeah.
And pour a beer.
I mean, in England, what is it, like Guinness and
Yes.
yeah, pour a
You see
beer.
babies in bars
Yeah.
there, like a toddler sitting at the bar.
Yeah, I was definitely a young kid in a bar. We lived upstairs, and
Oh, that's a nice upbringing. There.
I mean,
it's fun. That's
it's so
fun.
random. It's different. You know, there's people all around, and
Yes.
then we went to San Diego.
Why did they choose San Diego? The weather?
the weather?
I was just there. I came home sick as a dog.
Oh no.
They're the only my friends in England that are with me all the time, like the tour people. They're the only people in my life that don't give a damn about used up Kleenexes everywhere.
Oh
Like
really?
there's Kleenexes everywhere around me. Always Kleenexes. And here, my friends here are like,
Yeah,
they freaked
yeah.
out about it and everything. And over there, it's nothing because they have a Kleenex too. It's
Yeah.
everybody sniffles all the time. It's rainy, it's wet, it's cold. It's Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I was
London and
always
Pittsburgh are,
yeah. I
Yes.
was always sick as a kid, so I
yes.
understand.
You were?
Yeah, yeah.
Same
In
thing.
England,
Yeah.
just
So San Diego, you're not sick anymore.
not
How
sick
old are
anymore.
you at this point?
8, I think.
Oh, 8. Okay.
Yeah, and I still didn't start dancing then. I
So
should
did you
have.
surf? Did you
No, I didn't. I
play-
don't think.
soccer?
No, not really. But
Crystal, what did you do?
don't know. I feel like my parents were just trying to like survive. So I think that's hard enough.
They
And
picked an expensive place to
I
move.
know they did. They had to work extra hard. But yeah,
And do you have siblings?
I have two older sisters.
Oh.
They didn't dance either. So we're all like awkward and yeah.
Klutzy, clumsy.
Yes.
So your two older sisters, what do they do now? Where are they?
They live in Idaho and South Carolina. We're very different.
And
We're
are
very
they
different.
gorgeous?
They are, yes.
You thought about that before you said it?
They wouldn't say that themselves. Like they're 16 and 18 years older than me. So
Oh.
yeah. Siblings are hard. Do you have siblings?
Nope. I'm an only child.
You are?
I am.
Wow.
Yes.
That's cool.
I think also that's why I was always outgoing and bossy, because my mom and dad were older when they had me. Now it's not old. They were 38 when they had me. And that's nothing now. But back then, in 1960 something, that was old. So they always raised me like they weren't going to be around very long.
Oh yeah.
Like to be very independent.
Yeah.
Think for myself.
My mom was the same.
Open
age.
my mouth, ask questions. Yes.
She was older.
When she had you.
She had my sisters when she was 16 and 18. Because I guess in England, you finish school and you just get married.
Yes.
And then me when she was like 30, late 30s.
Okay. You were an accident.
I don't know. She wanted a boy.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
Are your mom and dad still living?
My mom is living. So
Okay.
do you
All right.
still have your parents? No.
No, they both passed.
Recently or?
No, my dad was 72. My mom was 86. My dad died of esophageal cancer. It's rough. And he tried everything. He did every experimental thing. We were like, ugh, it was a guinea pig. We used to have an ambulance come pick him up to take him to chemo. Like we were nuts. I don't know what we were thinking. And then when my mom was diagnosed with colon cancer, she did not want to fight. She did not want to do anything because she saw what it was like with my dad. And I was shooting a show, 12 hours a day, every day. I put her in a home right next to the dance studio so I could just go there at night. Yeah. Let's not talk. It was rough. It was rough. It was rough. Then my dog died on the show too. That's another thing. That was like worse than my mom and dad, my dog, because it was so unexpected. It was just like out of nowhere, when your mom and you're with the doctors and you kind of know what to expect and what's going to happen and this and that. And you don't want to see them suffer. Yeah. But the dog was just, then the TV show producers made me put a fake dog thing in a blanket in my stroller and wheel it like she was still alive to get this scene. I was so out of it. It was disgusting. They were disgusting people.
I don't think,
Yeah.
That's
You've
really
had
not
your-
fair.
You've had your
That's traumatic.
share of TV producers, I'm sure.
Yeah, horrible ones. The one from The Girls Next Door died.
All right, so we're back. You're
I
in
know.
San Diego. You're 8. You do nothing, absolutely nothing.
I don't know.
This kid just hangs out. She sits on her front steps. I don't know what you do. Okay, so
Apparently.
school. Favorite subject in school?
Probably English, least favorite math. And
Okay.
then I ended up studying psychology at San Diego State.
Okay.
And I was like one semester shy of getting my bachelor's in psychology when I went to the Playboy Mansion.
Okay.
So I need
Well, that you should have automatically got it. You should get a
you
should get
a
honorary degree
yeah.
because of the psychology you had to deal with those people, right? Am I
Yeah,
right?
all the
That should be
psychology.
honorary degree.
All the
Honorary degree.
Psychology of the mansion.
Okay, so you're 21. Did you just pack your bags and say, I'm going to go knock on their door and see what's happening? No.
No, I was.
So
I was
let me be,
awkward.
I don't know if any of my students' parents that are listening, like back in the Berg, I don't know if your kids ever told you this, but I took your children to the Playboy Mansion, just so you know. Yes, I took your kids to the Playboy Mansion and we pulled up and we got out of the car and they did dance poses in front of the mansion.
Really?
We took pictures. It was like a sightseeing thing, of course. They weren't little kids. They were teenagers. They were probably 14, 16, 18 in there.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. People would write letters to Hef that were very young, younger than that.
No, they didn't want to go. I was like, we're going to the mansion. We're going to the Playboy Mansion. We went to, one of the girls' names was Hackett. Her last name was Hackett, Katie Hackett. So we went to Buddy Hackett's house and she did aerials in the front
Oh,
yard
that's
and we took
cute.
pictures. And then like we were like, Uncle Buddy, maybe he'll come out. You can say, I'm Katie
Yeah.
Hackett, remember me? And then we went to the Playboy Mansion in the Rock. There's a camera, or there's cameras,
Yeah.
and there's a voice that comes out of the Rock.
Yeah, like a speaker in the Rock. It's very weird.
And the speaker said, move away from the gate. And I said, but we have these talented kids. Don't you want to see them? No, they're too young.
Yeah.
It was funny though. He was like, it wasn't a recording. It was somebody actually talking to us.
Yeah, there was a security booth and they monitor that front. They opened the gate for people who were coming in, and so they saw you and they were probably realizing like, oh, the kids are not 18 yet. So, but I'm sure when they were, Hef would love to see all the dancing.
Yeah, they were, I mean, acrobatics, grabbing their legs. They were doing it all.
Abby,
Yes.
do you remember the Golden Girls house when we went? And the
Yes.
same thing happened. The same thing happened. Remember, they were like, no. And we just took pictures anyway. We
The
didn't care.
Golden Girls house. That's
Yes.
cool.
Yes, very cool.
That's fun.
You're in San Diego. You're at San Diego State. Were you partying? Were you a party girl?
I started getting into modeling. I would work at Comic-Con as like G.I. Jane and dress up as different things like that. And for me, I'm like, wow, $600 a day. That's amazing. And
What for a kid in college?
yeah,
$600
definitely.
bucks a day?
Yeah.
You could be waiting tables or working in the bookstore and not make that.
Yes, for sure. So
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. And then some friends I modeled with told me I should submit a photo to go to the party at the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, to go to a party
Yes.
there. That's
go to
how
a
it
party.
started.
Mm.
So then they answered you.
Yeah. I didn't think I would get picked. I didn't think I was pretty enough, but I submitted my photos anyway. And they picked me
Okay. Do
and
you
my
have those
friend.
photos?
Yes, somewhere.
You, somewhere? Were they like in a bathing suit? Were they
Embarrassing. Yes. And
T-shirt?
like
Or,
bathing suit, trying to be cool and cute. And it's embarrassing.
but it was
looking back.
not about meeting Hef. It was about going to the party, being
Yeah. Yeah.
cool. Right. I wanted
Going
to go to
the
a party.
I've heard
So-
of Playboy, Pam Anderson. you know,
Yeah.
like, wow, these people are powerful and beautiful. And
Fun.
yeah,
It
if I
all
could,
seems very fun.
if I could be around it and like experience it, that would be cool.
Okay. So did your mom and dad know this? That you did this?
No.
Oh,
By that time, I just had my mom. So
okay. Okay.
um,
So and you didn't tell your mother?
I didn't tell her until I got selected. To
Oh,
go.
okay. Okay. And then
And
you
she's
said,
cool. I said I got invited to go to the Playboy Mansion, and she's like, "Oh, I could have been a bunny." There's a Playboy club in London, and she lived in England, so she's like, "Oh, I could have been a bunny," and I went to the Playboy club once, and she was thrilled.
all right, this is not about me talking about, I have to tell another story. So we were in Atlantic City, New Jersey, right? Atlantic City once. We didn't go there often, but we were there. My dad loved to gamble. And so he was playing Baccarat in the casino, right? At like the separate room that's up there, the big deal, you know. And he must have hit big. And we stayed a couple extra days and we were at the Playboy Club.
Oh, Atlantic City Playboy Club.
Yes, Atlantic City Playboy. That's where we stayed, in that hotel.
Oh my
And
god.
they had these halved pineapples. It was a big pineapple and it was halved and all the stuff was cut out and it had ambrosia in it. Do you know what ambrosia is? It's like the marshmallows and the coconut and the
like
fruit.
apples and grapes.
Mm,
No.
No. Maraschino cherries, pineapple, coconut. Okay. So
Okay.
it's in this like fluff and it was in this. How do I remember that? Of all things, I don't remember my number. My dad used to play on the numbers, you know, on the lottery. I can't remember anything that would be useful. No, I remember that at the Playboy Club.
Wow.
And I thought I was fancy. I was like 12 or 13.
That's really cool.
Yes. I always get emails and direct messages online from kids and parents asking if I can record a short video, wishing someone a happy birthday, a milestone congratulations on a special achievement, or even just my advice before performing at a competition. With Cameo, my followers, the ALDC elites, have the chance to connect with me directly. Looking to have Abby Lee's last word as you enter an exciting moment of your life? Maybe put you, your friend, or a special someone at the top of the pyramid? Or do you want them at the very bottom? Anything is possible on Cameo. Connect with me from anywhere on the globe at cameo.com. cameo.com/TheRealAbbyLee. That's cameo.com/TheRealAbbyLee. The sky's the limit on Cameo.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
I never heard of. I'd heard of them, but I never been there to those clubs. I think
Okay.
they shut down.
Yeah,
by
they were big hotels, though.
big hotels.
Okay, so go ahead. So you go to the party.
go to the party.
I have a lot of party questions.
Have you been to the parties? Playboy Mansion?
No, Crystal, I haven't been to the
I didn't
parties.
know. I don't
couldn't
know.
even get past the rock outside. Have I been to the parties? Okay.
You're
so,
Abby Lee, like
Well, yeah. So my friends, I don't know if I should say their name on here. Amanda Chang. Okay. She's a book author. She's a big shot, Legally Blonde. Well, let me just say, if I had one hand to the people that have been kind to me in LA, she's first. When my book came out, she threw a book party for me. And she had books that were 10 feet tall with my cover on them on either side of a stage in her backyard for me to give a book talk and do a book signing.
that is so
She puts on the most amazing parties. Not parties like at Half's, but little girl parties. She has a bunch of daughters and they're wonderful. And one of them owns a bookstore, actually. Okay. So, because we're going to get to your book. But they live right around the corner from the mansion. It's a different
Okay.
street name, though. So when you pass the mansion on your left and you go up around the bend, then there's another street. It turns into,
Yeah.
okay. So when they bought the house, when they looked at the house, they didn't know that the mansion, the Playboy Mansion, was 3 houses away around the corner. They had no clue until it was Halloween time. And all these girls dressed in skimpy Halloween costumes, gorgeous girls, started knocking on their door. And her husband, who is fabulous, Brandon Chang, come on in. Let me get you a
Oh
drink.
my
Come on in.
gosh.
And she is very straight laced, and all her tops are up to here, and she's oh my gosh, no. And she wanted to move and everything. He was like, oh no, this is fabulous.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So it's
yeah.
a funny story. But
I can see
anyway,
how they would
okay.
mistake.
So we're at the party. Did anybody ever drown in the pool?
Not that I know of. But
Possibly.
someone did pass away, but not technically not on the property.
They moved the body.
The guy who had crashed the party and they were trying to chase him and he climbed a tree and
out.
fell on the golf course side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's how he got hurt, was when he fell.
Yeah.
Oh. So not in the pool.
Not in the pool.
Okay. So answers nobody drowned in the pool.
Nobody drowned in
All
the
right.
pool.
Here's my other question. Did the pool have a handicap chair lift to get into it?
And it did not. It should have. It did not. That pool was kind of old and gross.
Okay.
And
It just looked good for pictures.
it just looked good for pictures. And then they, they say like the grotto and all this, you could swim underneath from the grotto to the pool. And I tried that and it's like a rock tunnel and I like hit my head halfway through. I'm like, oh, do I try and keep going or do I turn around? And it was, that pool was a bit of a disaster and a hazard for everybody.
Okay. So now you go to the party.
Mhm.
Were you with these girlfriends? Did any friends
One
get picked?
girlfriend.
She got picked too.
Yes, one very extroverted girlfriend, and which was very helpful for me.
Oh, okay. Because you were like the shy friend that
Yes.
stood behind her.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you walk in.
We walk in, music's going, everything's great. We're looking around. There's cabanas with people like drinking and beautiful women and all the cabanas.
See,
And
I just want to ask about the food.
I don't remember the food. They're like passing stuff around. They should
Yeah.
have had the pineapples.
Yeah. Was there hors d'oeuvres?
I don't remember. Maybe like mini hamburgers and things like that.
Sliders.
Sliders.
Come on, Hef. Come on, Hef.
Slider things.
ahead.
I mean, I'm sure like Hef wasn't interested in the food either. So
No, I know. It seems like not a food kind of party.
not a food kind of party.
Hence the reason I wasn't there. Okay, go ahead.
So there was a big empty cabana and the candles were flickering. Like, oh, why is no one in there? And we saw like from the house this big crowd of people coming out, and my friend was like, "Oh, Hugh Hefner's coming." I'm like, wow, like I never seen a celebrity before in my life, and I'm like, whoa, like this. Let's. So she grabbed my hand and grabbed my arm, and we just went over to like this crowd of people,
Okay.
and it was like security and girls and Hef and I don't remember who else, and they all went to this big cabana, and it was roped off like the stanchion and
Uh-huh.
the velvet, to keep like us out here
Yes.
and them in there. It's like the zoo, right?
Yes.
Like we got to observe the
You were
animals.
the peons. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my friend like pushed us to the very front of like all the crowd just trying to stare. And so we're like right in front of this rope, and then we're just watching them, and then all of a sudden Hef like looks straight at us. Partly because my friend's like,
Obnoxious.
over
Yes.
here.
Yes.
So he like looks at her, and then his like gaze fell right on me. So I'm like, hi. Like, what do I do? I'm standing there in my stupid little French maid outfit. And
Oh,
yeah, and so
okay.
then he's like, oh, come here. Like, come on in. And that was it. Like, whatever Hef wanted, Hef got. So everyone, security and everyone just,
Came and got you?
yeah, he wants her to come in here. So
Just you, not
just
the
me.
friend.
No, the friend somehow, because it all happened so fast. It's like I left my body. And so I'm in there and I'm talking, and I'm like, oh, my friend's still behind the rope. And
Is she still your friend?
then I don't know whatever happened to her to this day.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Because I did ask.
Crystal dumps the friend.
I did not dump her.
You dumped the friend.
I asked Hef if she could
Why
like
didn't you
come
grab
with
her
us.
by the wrist
I
to take her
tried.
with you?
I tried. So Hef invited me into the house afterward, and like, oh, can my friend come? And he's just like, no, like,
Weren't you afraid?
no,
no?
I should have been. I should have been afraid, because that's weird, right? Like, no, like, it's
Well,
like
you know,
separate-
safety in twos. If kids are watching, safety in numbers, and use the buddy system. Don't dump your friend at the party at the Playboy house. Okay.
Yes. So I don't know what happened.
And she didn't just get dumped for that night. She got dumped for a marriage and a legacy and a whole thing. Man, she got kicked to
Well,
the
it
curb.
was worth it.
I
It was worth it though.
Yes.
I
know?
actually forget her name. She's
I love
Allie
it.
in the book, but
You don't think she's really what?
she'll be forever in my heart.
Oh my God. that's
In your
so
heart,
funny.
but not. Inside the rope.
I had just met her, so I like didn't know her too
she
well. Yeah.
wasn't like a
Oh,
good
okay.
friend.
No. We were like new friends.
Okay.
To the point I don't remember what her name was. We were new friends, like modeling and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, then who cares? You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abby's like, no, you're not good.
I would have been a little afraid.
Just
what you were
going
getting
with
involved in.
going with Hef.
Yes.
I had met a girl
Alone.
in the cabana that was new as well,
Okay.
so
All right.
I was kind of with her.
So you're kind of just like, oh, this is fun. We'll just see what happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm like,
Never
oh, I'm invited.
thinking you're gonna have a ring on your hand.
Oh, never. No,
Never.
no,
Okay.
no. So I was invited for the weekend, and I end up staying for the weekend.
For the weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Did
I'm
you
like,
have
I don't
enough
know,
clothes?
I don't know what rating the podcast is, but I stayed over for the weekend.
Was there clothes?
No.
Or you didn't need clothes?
Well, we borrowed some of Hef's like silk pajamas the first night. Yeah.
You and this
the
other new girl.
other new girl and the twins that lived there at the time. Like
Okay. Okay.
and I realized I had a bag of Goodwill clothing that I was going to donate
In your car.
in my car that was in the parking garage. So
Okay.
we took a
I didn't know
taxi.
there was a parking garage, but okay.
Yeah, UCLA. You park your car at UCLA and then you take a shuttle to the Playboy Mansion.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Good to know. There you go, people.
yeah,
Now you
yeah.
know how to get there.
Yeah.
Don't try
Uh,
the rock.
Don't try the rock. And yeah, so I got a cab. There's no Uber at that time
Right.
to pick up my car. So I picked up my car and came back for the weekend. I was afraid that I wouldn't be let back in. And I spoke to The Rock,
Okay.
and my name was on the list. And I drove right in and had some clothes and stayed for the weekend, and then went back to my lost girl life after that, back in San Diego.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
And just that was just an experience. That was like a college crazy thing that happened to you and on to the next week.
Well, no, I got back and I just kept thinking, how do I continue my life after that? Like, like I got to experience this place. You experience how like the other half live. Like you're like,
I know.
this
I
is
know.
crazy. Like
It
this
is.
powerful, like Hef doesn't have to lift a finger, and he's just running this like empire.
Millions of kids go to bed hungry each night in the US. So when I found out about a nonprofit that feeds 5,000 underserved children each night named Katerina's Club, headed by Chef Bruno Serrato, I knew I had to help. After all, who knows kids better than me? He launched Katerina's Club when he found out about California's motel kids. These children are so poor that their entire families live in single-room motels with no kitchens, nowhere to cook, no dinner. So food was a rarity for many of these families. He has been feeding kids, 5,000 kids, every single night since 2005. He even mortgaged his home twice to keep the program going. When his restaurant, Anaheim White House, burned to the ground, he found another kitchen that same day to keep feeding kids without interruption. He has served well over 10 million meals. We are looking for any size donations. After all, a $5 donation feeds a family of 4. While food banks are helping ease the crisis, many of these children, often referred to as motel kids, live in cheap, crime-ridden units that do not contain kitchens. Since these families are unable to cook dinner, they depend on already prepared meals like those provided by Katerina's Club. To become involved and make a donation, go to katerinasclub.org/donate. Again, that's katerinasclub.org/donate. So how's the food once you're in the house?
The food.
Do people eat? Do the girls ever eat or no?
Oh, I ate. So after that weekend, Hef ended up calling me and asking me to move in.
So you left school.
College will always be there.
That's right.
I made the right choice.
Yes.
Not every, I don't know. I didn't know if I was going to
And
make
what
the
did
right
your mom say at this point?
She thought it was awesome.
Good for you.
So I went up and the food.
Let's just be honest here. I'll get hate for this, but you could be doing the same thing with some idiot boy at college.
Yes.
Like, right.
Yeah, and I did.
Okay. So,
hanging out
yeah.
and
Yeah. So, okay. You stepped up.
Yeah.
All right.
upgrade for sure.
Right. So was there a chef?
Yes.
Okay. Many chefs or a
Yes.
chef?
There was
Cooks.
even a pastry chef. I know.
For all those skinny girls, nobody even ate. Go
Yes. I know. And
there-
Hef barely ate. He would take like one bite of cookie and then just leave it.
ahead. And were there a lot of other men there? Was the pastry chef a man or a woman?
Woman.
Woman.
I think her name was Brenda, but I'm not sure.
You remember the pastry chef, but not the friend that took you there. Okay.
Juan was one of
Good
the
to know.
chefs. The
Juan, a
head
guy?
chef was Chef Carter.
They were men.
Men. And it was a restaurant kitchen and you could order whatever you wanted at any time.
Steak and eggs.
Yeah. So
A club sandwich.
that's what I did. I ordered everything. And I gained 15 pounds like straight away.
Whoa.
And then that was not okay.
For you didn't feel it was okay, or Hef didn't feel it was okay?
I didn't feel it was okay.
I think the Radio City, you can't gain or lose more than 5 pounds.
I
Mhm.
did not realize that costumes were that much money.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Was it about the? Oh yeah.
So you're in the so the gardener, the maintenance people, the car mechanics, they're all women?
No.
They're
Mostly men, and there was about 70 staff members.
70.
Yeah. There was every department you could think of.
A masseuse, masseur.
No, that was missing. I know.
I
Now,
forget.
did they live at the mansion, all of them, or did some of them go, some of them stay?
They all went home at night and came back. So
All of them.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So at 2 a.m., how did you get something to eat? You just went down to the kitchen and made it.
There was a night chef.
A night chef.
Yeah, the
Night
prep
chef.
things, and they had a menu for Hef, and they would cook all these things like pot roast and all these different cookies and cakes just in case. It was strange, but it was cool, I guess.
That's one of that was what I was interested in, because you just see everyone and they always have a drink in their hand and they're frolicking in the pool. And I'm like, do they ever eat? What?
Yeah,
how
I
do
don't
they-
think people ate that much there.
And is there cleaning staff?
Yes.
So if you go in the
Awesome.
bathroom and your eyeshadow breaks and it falls all over the floor, are you down on your hands and knees wiping it up? Or
I
do you
feel like
call
I
staff?
was. I feel like I was because I felt bad and I didn't want
Yes.
people to pick up on my
Like
but,
in a
but
hotel.
they would.
They would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, this will be like one of the last questions and we can move out of this realm. Did you have your own room? You didn't have your own room.
At first I did, but then I moved into Hef's room.
But there were plenty of bedrooms.
So many bedrooms, but no privacy. There's
No
always
doors.
somebody. There were doors, but there would be like shadows of people walking under the doors, and you never felt like you could really relax there or have privacy or time to yourself.
Really?
Real.
When you're doing your skin routine at night, somebody would be, hey, Crystal,
Around,
blah, blah, blah.
somebody's around at all times. I recently talked to Hef's son about this, and he felt the same way whenever he was there.
You are there, you're living there. Do you make the decision to move into Hef's bedroom, or does he say, I would like you to move into my room?
He asked me, but I think I kind of figured out what it took to be, the number one or main girlfriend. Go to all the movie nights and just do whatever he wanted me to do.
Movie
And-
nights.
Yes.
He was a big movie buff.
Yes. Very
See, I love the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to a movie every Friday night after filming because I needed to escape my reality and go somewhere else for an hour and a half or 2 hours. So maybe that's what he was doing.
Cool. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
The Way We Were. Robert Redford, Barbara Streisand.
Because of the love story,
I
or
don't
because of like
know.
a lot of the men, it's like they portrayed as like macho,
Yes. Yeah.
and they could pretend they were like Bogart or
Right. And that's what he was into.
lots of classic films.
Okay. So did Hef work? Like, did he get on a
Yes.
computer?
No,
Did he have business meetings?
I don't know. He would go down. He would walk down to the office, and the brown book would come in, which is kind of it was like the rough layout of. He had a great job, he for a straight man to be looking at naked women photos all day. Like that's it.
That was his job.
That's his,
But he did have input. It wasn't like he
Yeah,
was
yeah, he was in
just
control.
written off. And no, he was in control.
He was definitely in control, and he got to choose the playmates, the cartoons that were in the magazine, the articles.
And was there ever times when money was rough that
Yes,
he was upset about things,
that's a
or-
great question.
furious at somebody that did something wrong or that something failed that was supposed to be fabulous?
Yeah, that's a great question. And there were so many times when Playboy would, get close to going out of business, and then they would save it. And he had all these, like Picasso, Jackson Pollock, like all these really nice artworks, and Dali. And at one point, they had to save the company and like sell them all, and then so replicas came in, and so things like that. Over the years, he had to like keep reviving the company, but eventually he sold the company in 2011.
So, but
So
it's
it was
not
rough.
it's not always easy. I mean, people assume things and see things and think things. It's not all sunshine and lollipops all the time.
Yeah, and that house to run was millions. I think it was like 10 million a year just to run that house.
Well, with 70 people, you could have cooked.
Do you cook?
I love to cook. I love it. But I need all the stuff.
Like all the stuff to cook?
I need the space and I need the gadgets. I need all the stuff.
Do you have a lot of the gadgets?
No, in storage. In storage, I do. I just had this conversation with my friend today.
Really?
Yeah, she's getting married. And I said, well, we need to have a shower. And she said, no, I don't want anything. I said, we need new dishes. Yes, you do. We need we need a new air fryer. We need this, we need that. She's like, if you buy one more dish, I'm going to kill you because they're all in storage. Yeah, I have a lot
Okay.
of china. I have Waterford Crystal and all
Wow,
my
that's
stuff. It's all in
beautiful.
storage. It's probably all broken by now.
You need
But
to
anyway.
bring it back out of storage sometime. soon.
Well, when I find a new house, I will. Speaking of houses, You have a house in Hawaii.
Yeah, yeah. That's a tiny house in Hawaii. It's cool. It's on a farm.
But it's called a tiny house.
Yeah,
Like it's one of those tiny houses.
yeah.
Yeah, I won't get in there.
It's a little tiny house. I need to and want to build a regular, nice house there eventually, but I don't know. I need to figure it out.
So you bought the land,
Bought the land and I love the land, so I need to be sure of where I want the house because I don't
sit
want
on the
to
land.
disrupt the land too much.
Yeah, well, you need some guy to figure that out. Some landscape architect kind of person that figures all that out.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so back to the house. We're there. Obviously, there's no dancing lessons at the house.
I had some dancing lessons actually.
Ballroom,
There was a dance
studio.
floor in the gym
Yes.
with mirrors.
And the whole deal.
Yeah, and a pole. Somebody put a pole in there.
Pole dancing. Okay.
But
It's a thing. It's a thing. You have to be really strong.
yeah, Sasha from Dancing with the Stars, he's one of the pros. I think you
Yes.
guys know each other.
Yes, yes.
He came over and gave me a few lessons.
Oh,
He's very nice.
yes.
We've been friends ever since then.
Oh,
That was
that's
a long time
great.
ago.
That's wonderful. Okay, so now I did watch the show, Girls Next Door. I was a super fan.
Oh, really?
Yes, I loved it.
Those girls didn't dance either. The original three. The
No,
first-
so how were those original three? They were before you,
yes.
way before, or no?
They were moving out when I was moving in, so there was overlap.
And why were they moving out? Did Hef just go, you're done, out you go?
I think they said they were done, and they just kind of left. I think Holly started dating Chris Angel. Kendra was gonna get married, and they all were kind of moving on. And I think Holly went on Dancing with the Stars like
She
right
did.
after.
She did. Okay, so wait. So they were just moving on. You can do
Yeah.
that. It's not like a cult where you're sucked in and you can't leave.
I think it was a cult, but at that point there was kind of like a break in everything where they could kind of just leave.
Oh,
That was their
and the show was over.
yeah.
when
The
they left.
show the
Yes.
show was kind of
And was it Hef's show? Did he own the show? Was he the executive producer?
he was executive producer. There was another producer as well named Kevin Burns.
Okay, but the two of them produced the show. Did Hef really produce it? Was he sitting there looking at monitors? Was he editing? Was he?
No. He would just come in like once in a blue moon to just
chit chat?
yeah.
So were you ever on the show?
Season 6.
Oh, okay, that's probably when I phased that. 6 seasons that show had?
Yeah. The season 6 is not worth watching. I'm glad you didn't see it.
So
It
you
sucked.
were on it,
hmm
and the girls were gone, or they were still there.
I think they were paying them to film with us, but they weren't very nice to us. So
And
I
who's
didn't-
us?
me and Christina and Carissa, they were the twins that were there when I was there.
Okay, so the three of you lived in the house with Hef. All three of you lived in the bedroom with him, or they had their own rooms.
They had their own room, but together in one room.
The two girls,
Yeah.
the twins. Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, but
There's
they
only
weren't there very
17
long.
bedrooms, and they're sharing. Okay, go ahead.
They weren't there very long, so
And then there were two.
then it was just Hef and I, and it was weird. Because I'm used to all these people being around, and it just, yeah, it became just Hef and I and the staff, less staff over the years, and then he got older, so then I felt like I had to help take care of him, and
I think that's where your kindness and generosity and caring with me might come in. Yes. So you have that personality and you have that within you. I don't know if it was your mom or your dad or who instilled that in you, but I'm sure that Hef, he knew that when you were left,
oh,
when you were there and they weren't.
thank you. Yeah,
So
I feel like
then-
always want to take care of people, like my friends and people I care about. So
Right. Now, what happened with, so now it's the two of you
yes,
and he's getting older and you see it. And do you have any privacy now?
he still wanted to be like the man.
But
yes.
is there a nurse?
I
as well?
eventually hired a nurse. He didn't.
You hired a nurse.
Yeah, he didn't want anybody, but I ended up hiring somebody that was like a former military person, and
A guy.
Yeah.
That could lift him and help. And yeah.
so they ended up becoming good friends.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I talk about that a little.
You have to trust that person.
Yeah, he was great.
And how about the ring? So when did that all happen?
Oh my gosh.
Where is the ring?
I still have it.
Good.
I don't know what to do.
You don't do anything. It was your engagement ring. It was your wedding ring, right?
I don't know.
I
never
I don't have one. No one ever asked me to marry them. So
no one has.
no. So
Not
well,
yet?
that's not true. That's not true. Someone did ask. Someone did
I feel like
ask.
you would just tell everybody no.
I was engaged. No, everybody. There was not everybody. There was one guy. Hey, Michael Padula, shout out to you. All right.
Oh.
So he's getting older. You're the only one in the house.
Yeah.
How does the wedding come to be? How does
Oh
the
gosh,
marriage,
the wedding
proposal?
was kind of before that, and he just gave me a music box with a ring in it. He never really asked me like, "Will you marry me?" He just kind of handed me a ring, and I thought like, okay, I'm here, and Hef wants like PR wise, like a happy ending.
Okay.
It happened. I don't know. It's weird. Like thinking back, like
But there's no footage or anything of you, or maybe there is, and I can't find it, trying on a wedding dress. Was that PR? Did People cover that? Was it in People magazine?
They filmed a show about it called Marrying Hef for Lifetime, and I remember Hef was making a bunch of money for that too, and I didn't really make
For that network?
it.
That wasn't that much money. Okay, go ahead.
For
But
Lifetime.
You didn't.
Is that what your show was
Yes,
on?
yes.
Lifetime? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yes. So that's probably why I didn't find the footage. So it was that. Okay, so you did the show. How many wedding dresses did they bring them in? Did they bring them to the house?
I
Do
just
you
picked
go out?
one. I just picked the Playboy publicist brought a bunch of magazines, and I opened the page of the first one, and I saw like a pink, flowery Ramona Cabeza was the brand, and I'm like, oh, perfect, pink. Like I'll pick pink because I don't know, it didn't feel like a real wedding. It felt like I was playing make believe or
Fairy tale.
yeah.
Okay.
And so I picked a pink dress. I'm like, oh, when I get married one day for real, I'll wear a white one.
Okay, well, that's good thinking.
Yeah, it's my honest thoughts. So
It's true, though, but a lot of people do that blush thing and this and that, you
yeah,
know?
blush. It was a blush, pink blush.
Yes.
Crystal, you said in the house you eventually learned how to, become the favorite or what you needed to do to become the favorite. Did it feel like a competition?
You were the favorite.
Yes.
I'm always accused of having a favorite, but you said you learned how to play the game. You learned to like what Hef liked,
Yes.
to do what Hef wanted. Well, that's how you become the favorite.
Yeah, just kind of, yeah, it's true. It's very true. And that's how you beat out other people for sure.
And did the girls know you were doing that?
Yeah, I think I just did it better than they did. And
Interesting. You were natural.
yes.
I mean, did you wake up in the morning like, you know what? I'm going to that movie with him and I'm going to sit right next to him and I'm going to eat the popcorn and I'm going to love it.
Yes.
You had to talk yourself into this stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'll put some M&Ms in there, try that out.
Really?
I don't know. It was boring. So I just try to I don't know. Eventually I checked out. But at first I thought it was kind of cool, like the old movies and
Yeah.
yeah.
In a screening room and
Yeah,
like all that.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, but it was competitive. It was catty. People were mean to each other.
Did anybody steal your stuff?
Yeah. Oh
Clothing?
yeah, I had stuff stolen. Hef had bought me some nice things and it's all stolen. But I don't know if it was the other girls or some of the security. I don't know who it was. But
Wait, Hef bought you nice things.
yeah,
and
he
they
bought me
stole
like
that.
nice luggage and like a couple purses. But all that stuff's like materialistic and to me, I'm like not really into that stuff. But it was all stolen. But I'm like, I guess they needed it more than I did.
Well, that's a nice way to look at it. I have a few things that are MIA and I'd like them back because I worked my ass off to earn them, you know? I think maybe it's different than when it's a gift than when it's so. But you got the house, you got everything. You were the wife.
Yeah, Hef and I
You
bought a
won.
house. I won. Hef and I
Crystal?
bought a house. He also he has 4 children
Mm-hmm.
and his foundation. So he made sure everybody
The 4 kids.
something that he whatever he could do for each person.
So the 4 children and you were taken care of.
We bought a house and
So
that I had to sell because I got stalked.
okay,
Oh,
we're going to talk about that in part 2.
yeah.
Crystal, you made it to the top of the pyramid. Let's just say that.
Thank you.
You were the winner. Yes, you made it to the top of the pyramid. All those other girls were just bottom row. Thank you so much for joining me. Crystal and I certainly have left it all on the dance floor. Yes. Now, for part 2, you have to go to Crystal's podcast and hear the rest of the story and how it plays out and all about her brand new book coming out
January 23rd.
January 23rd. The title of the book, Only Say Good Things. Now, Crystal, you kind of know the me off camera and the me hanging out and the me going to dinner. You don't really know the me television persona. I don't really say anything good.
Yeah. So I hear, but I'm like, I just
say
want to
anything
hang
nice. I don't say anything good. I don't really say anything kind. I kind of tell it
Yes,
like
you
it is.
do, Abby. Stop. Yes, you do.
All right.
They just
So I think that I personally can learn a lot from Only Say Good Things. So please check it out. Order early. You can do the pre-order thing. We're going to link all the information below. Get it? You need it.
Thank you.
I need it because I need to learn how to say only good things.
I did it
don't
for
know,
so
it might kill
long.
my whole reputation. All right, sweetie. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thanks
and
for
I
having
will
me.
see you all next week on Leave It on the Dance Floor.
My world is with my girls.
ALDC Elites, thank you so very much for listening. Be sure to subscribe and give Leave It on the Dance Floor a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to watch each week and see exclusive behind-the-scenes content like my never seen before pictures and videos from the competitions, some even taken from the wings, classes at the ALDC studio in Pittsburgh, or even our iconic dance concerts, head over to Patreon or become a member on YouTube Premium, linked in the show notes each week. See you on the flip side.